Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for another interview with King Solomon Entertainment Media Group. Thank you guys for joining us for another interview with KS News Live. Another great interview today, guys. Please let everybody know we're here. We cannot do what we do without thanking our partners and our sponsors. We want to thank Heart to Heart for You.org, Heal to Heal.org. We want to thank Tommy Washington Massage Therapist Group. I want to thank Dr. Amanda Rosette Physical Therapy for her wonderful partnership, as well as GQ Complete Auto Services for their wonderful partnership. If you are interested in partnering with us, please make sure you guys reach out to our official website, KingSolomonEntertainment.tv, and connect with us with our website there, and we'll let you know how you can become a wonderful sponsor and a partner as well. Thank you guys so much for your wonderful partnership and your wonderful support. Let them know you heard about it here on this platform, King Solomon Entertainment, and they'll give you the King Solomon discount. Now would be a perfect time for you guys to subscribe if you have not already. Please make sure you guys subscribe to us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We are also on LinkedIn as well as YouTube. And so please make sure you guys subscribe, King Solomon ENTCO and Symbol Media Group on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram. And of course on YouTube, we are King Solomon ENTCO and Simple Media Group. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow us and like and comment. We want to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much. Wonderful, wonderful support as we continue to grow. If you want to support us directly, that is our Cash App. Definitely support us directly and let us know that you like what you see and you support what we're doing to grow the platform. Thank you guys so much. Today we have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful author. She has done wonderful work in the human resource department, as well as just a wonderful mentor and in life. She authored a wonderful, great book out now called SLAPS, My Choices and Determined by My Destiny. We here with the author, Lori Gentles, and we're so excited to have her on and talk about her book today. Author Lori Gentles. How you doing?
Hi, James. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you so much for doing this book and doing the platform because you have got so many wonderful nuggets in this book. We are so excited to talk about them today and your insight and your expertise on the wonderful life lessons that you have learned. So
hmm
please let our audience know a little bit about yourself, what you do, if we can dive right into this interview.
Yeah, thank you. So, as you said, I'm Lori Gentleson. Hello to the audience out there. And I did author this book. I'll just kind of show it on the screen. Oh, slap, my choices determine my destiny. And, the book really is about the choices that we make in life that either advance us to reach our goals and our destiny, or they keep us, held back. And so, as James mentioned, I am, in the HR field. That's been my background. But in that field, I have access to a lot of people that I have over the years have observed them feeling stuck in their current state, confused, not really knowing how to make better choices and decisions for their lives that's going to ultimately get them to where they want to go. And so this book was really partly in response to that population of people. I want to let people know that no matter where you are in life, you always have choices, and choices do matter. Every single choice matters, and it builds and compounds over time to get you either forward or it gets you either backward. So if you're not happy with your results or where you are in life, chances are it's because of some choices that we've made, in life. So glad to be here.
Thank you so much for that. And so please tell us, building your experience in human resources, like how did that begin to lay the foundation, the groundwork for tapping into writing this book?
Yeah, the book is not only built upon my experience in work, it's built upon my own personal experience. And for those of you who don't have the book, if you get the book, you'll see that I talk a little bit about my personal upbringing and messages that I got in life. Some of the messages were, not so positive messages. And I could have chosen to listen to those negative messages that likely would have taken me on a very different path, a limiting path, a path of believing that I wasn't good enough to live a certain, the life that I wanted. But I chose to listen to a different voice. And so the book really talks about that. So it's about my own personal life experience, but it's also about the experiences that I've observed in people that I come across in the workplace
Mm.
that, in some respects, had the same limiting beliefs that I had. They got negative messages. Maybe they didn't get a promotion. Maybe their upbringing was miserable. Maybe they were insecure, felt inadequate. And I saw them, but I saw the brilliance in them, the genius in them, and I knew that they had big, audacious goals, things that they wanted to do better in life, but they felt like it wasn't for them. And
Mm.
so my message is, okay, I lived through that. I made the decision to make better choices, and you can too. And let me show you how. And so in the book, I talk about a concept called I choice. And
Mm.
I choice stands for intelligent, intentional, inspired, and individual choice. So there's four I's to that. And I walk people through on how to get out of the bad habit of making choices based on your ego, choices based upon emotions, choices based upon what somebody else thinks you should do, and start listening to that internal, your divine kind of spirit, if you will, your divine intelligence, and make choices that are best for you. That's going to advance you further than doing it the other way around. And the last thing that I will say on that, because it's so important, when people are in a state of bitterness, frustration, anger, depression, confusion, all of those emotions that we all have had, if you really stop and reflect on why are you in this state, chances are you're in this state because you're living your life for others, or you're living your life according to what you think society, the way somebody else is saying that you should, and you're not really following your goals. And once we can make that shift, we'll see that our life will start to be a little bit happier, a little bit
Mm.
freer. You'll be less depressed. So I want to hone in on that point because it's such a simple point, but it's not an easy shift to make when we're so used to operating in one path.
Mm. Yeah, that's wonderful because that really feeds into the personal transformation. You have to do some self-evaluation, and you have to see that the fact that you see yourself in what you describe in four eyes, and how to figure out where you are in that process, and then move forward on that path as you demonstrate the path to greatness.
100%. And you have to, not only when you do the self reflection, because sometimes self reflection is a little painful. Like we want to protect ourselves from pain, right? But when you look at yourself, really hard look in the mirror, there might be some things that you are doing that you need to change that's causing your state in life. And people don't always want to accept that. But if you can accept it, own it, embrace it, it puts you back in the power seat, right? Like if you can own, I say what you own, you can change. But if you believe that everything is happening to you, I'm a victim, my boss, my parents, my pastor, it's their fault, then you're just screwed, for lack of a better way, because they're in control. But if you say, what can I do to control either my emotions? What can I do to make a change so that people respond to me differently, or that I impact the outcome? Then now I'm in control. And so the book is really about self leadership,
Mm.
self empowerment, uh, putting people back in the control of their lives by taking total personal responsibility for themselves and getting out of the victim mindset, right? You don't want to be a victim, because when you're a victim or have that victim mindset, like I said, you will be a victim forever, because somebody is always not going to live up to your expectations.
Mm.
So,
So allow somebody walk me through how, if and you resonating with a lot of people, because a lot of people probably feel that way.
mhm.
um a lot of people feel like once, and plus once they get to a point of where they say, well, I'm successful, or this is a point that I always wanted to be, and they're not happy. So last time they have to reevaluate even where they are when they are obtaining things. So with this, you're going to see one way or another the connections where you went wrong and where you went right, and placing things in their proper perspective. So how could someone begin to say, okay, I can use this? Where do I even start? How do I even begin to start this process? What do I do first?
Yeah, it's thank you for that question because, in the book, I talk about the 6 steps to escaping the mental agony that comes with indecision. And that's a great place to start because so often we make decisions and we know it's not really what we want to do, or we're getting pressure, peer pressure from our friends, from our family, or whatever, from our boss or the media, whatever. And we make that decision and we try to pretend like we perpetrate all the time that we're happy and this is the way to go. But on the inside, we know that we're really not happy. We ignore that inner voice. And so the 6 steps to escaping mental agony that comes with indecision walks you through a process of how to recognize that inner voice and how to, kind of make the decision that is in alignment with that inner voice. So, yeah, I'm trying to think of some examples. I mean, we do this all the time, and it can be as simple as, when you're questioning, should I eat that donut? Should I have this second piece of cake? Anytime you're asking, anytime you're trying to convince yourself of something, to do something, that means that you probably shouldn't be doing it. Like, we never try to convince ourselves to do something that we really want to do. We never try to talk ourselves into doing something that we want to do. We only try to talk ourselves into doing something that we know we probably shouldn't do. Like, should I eat that second piece of cake? Well, you're questioning that because there's doubt, and that might be a strong indicator that you shouldn't do it. So it's little tools and techniques like that, that when you start practicing that, you will find that it's like, wow, that, you know what? I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. I've gotten to the point where I'm saying now, if I'm asked to do something, I don't care what it is. If it's not an immediate kind of and a resounding hell yes, it's
Mhm.
probably a no.
Mhm.
Because, we say yes because out of fear. We don't
Mhm.
want to disappoint people. We don't want to appear to be antisocial. We don't want to lose friends. We don't want to hurt people's feelings. But so I teach people how to say no without offending, but supporting your own individual, you
Mhm.
know, uh, being.
Mhm.
If that makes any sense. Hopefully that's making sense to people.
No, that's really good because you have to definitely understand and where you are and make the connections and see where I went wrong. And so what you say make a lot of sense because when you do that self evaluation and take that first step, then it's like you place things in proper perspective and moving forward. And so lots of times we don't even take the time out to even do that or to begin to even apply the steps that you're saying because we have a traditional mindset of what we were told or staying focused. Anything else is a distraction. But when we got it wrong in our foundation, everything's going to be off. Everything's going to be wrong. And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
What you're talking about is we largely operate with our robotic brain. And I don't know if you've heard this stat before, um, but 98% of our behavior, all of our behavior, is subconscious,
Mm-hmm.
meaning that how we were raised, what we were what we were taught to believe, we've adopted that without even really questioning it. And our daily actions are just driven by that deeply embedded belief system. And unless you stop and question those beliefs and say, is this what I really believe? Or is this what my teacher told me years ago and I'm just living this? Because if you're just living what you were taught, a lot of the beliefs that we have are faulty beliefs. I call it effing BS in my book. It's the effing BS, the faulty belief system. And those belief systems are very limiting. And so they keep you down. They keep you playing the small game because you believe, well, I was born on this side of the tracks, or my family they're not entrepreneurs, or no one in my family will ever be a millionaire, or whatever. No one can ever do this because that's not how my family is. That's a limiting belief. And when you have that belief, believe it or not, your daily actions, your daily decisions serve to fulfill that prophecy. You've heard of the self-fulfilling prophecy. Everything that you do is going to perpetuate that belief and get you the results that you believed in the first place, which, are not the results that you want. So in order to change that equation, you've got to change the belief system, right?
Wow.
If that makes sense. So you can see, if I were doing a training, which, by the way, I do that for organizations. If I were doing a training, I'd show you, how your beliefs lead to attitudes, and your attitudes lead to behavior, and the behavior leads to results, which support your negative belief system. And it's a cycle, and you got to disrupt and break that cycle in order to see change. Because if you keep doing the same thing that you've always done, you're gonna what? Get the same thing that you've always gotten. So anyway.
No, that's amazing, and I just want to definitely thank you for even thinking of this and really spending time to really iron it out, because this is going to help a lot of people. We're here today with author Lori Gentles. If you have not just tuned in, and we're so excited because she's written a wonderful book, "Oh Slap, My Choices Determine My Destiny," and she is driven to get people to their destiny. That is her mission. That is her passion. And so I want to ask you, what do destiny look like? What is destiny? And that's the ultimate goal, correct?
Yeah, that is the ultimate goal. And destiny is different for everyone. Again, that's the beauty of my I choice. Intentional, inspired, individual, intelligent choice, because it's individual choice. So whatever your destiny is for you, whatever your goal, whatever you want in life, it could be big, it could be small, but it's yours. Don't try to match up with the Joneses, so to speak. Don't try to, you know, um, compare yourself to others. What is it that you were born with? And I do believe this, James. I believe that everyone was born with their own personal genius, with their own personal level of brilliance. And what I mean by that is that in all of us, there's something that you do better than anyone else. And the way you know that is when people always say, "How did you do that? You're so good at that. I could never do that." That's how you know you're on to something, that it comes easy for you,
Mm,
but it's hard for other people.
yeah.
So if anybody has ever said, "How is it that you always walk into a room and you just light up the room?" When I walk into a room, I don't have that same effect on people. That's your gift. That's your genius. And then how do you use that? How do you leverage that? Why do you have that gift? And how can you use it to bless not only others, but bless yourself and your family, and turn it into something. So it's that kind of thing. The other way you know what your gift is, or what your genius is, as I like to say, is, so one is, people will tell you, "You're so good at that. I could never do that." The other way is, what is it that other people do that might frustrate you? Like, it's easy for you, but and you don't understand why other people can't do it. I'll
Hmm.
give you an example. I am really good at, one of my gifts is being able to take a lot of information, distill it down into, its core elements, see through all of the chaos, and come up with a solution. Like, I could connect the dots, you know,
Mm,
very abstract. I can connect the dots and say, "Okay, that makes sense. I see it." Other people can't do that. I'm wondering, what, can't you see this? Don't you see that this that happened over here applies to this, and how we, and people can't do that. That's not their gift. They can't see out of my eyes. And so I have to know that that's a gift, and leverage it and use it to the benefit of myself and others, and then be patient with others who don't have it, because they have something else that I don't have. So,
amazing.
yeah.
Amazing. As a result of getting your book, when everybody go out there and purchase the book, she's going to give out her handles in 1 second. What can people expect after they receive and read your book? and read your book?
Oh my God. I start off, one of my first things that I say at the very beginning, I'm so happy that you got this book because your life is about to change.
Oh wow,
Period.
that's
Period.
that's
It's going to
amazing.
change because the way I deliver the message, first of all, the message is universal. Everybody needs to read this book. It's not a business book for just business professionals. This is for everybody, at regardless of what stage you're at, including people that are in school, young people. Make better choices to help get to your destiny. So um, their life is going to be able to change. But one of the things that I say is that it's not enough to get information. You need to apply it. And so in this book, it's you read it, but I have exercises in the book that force you to stop reading it and do some self-reflection and some writing. So if you really apply what you're hearing and learning in the book and then do some writing, you know, your chances of transformation are going to increase exponentially. If you just read it and say, "Oh, that's interesting," or "She doesn't know what she's talking about," then you've chosen, even that, you still have chosen that path, and that's your destiny. Your destiny might be to stay exactly where you are, but my question to you is are you happy where you are? Do you
Oh,
feel like you can be more fulfilled? Is there more that you want to do and contribute? If so, you've got to make some different choices to get there. So
amazing. Please let people know where they can get this wonderful book, your social media handles, and all your information.
yes, thank you so much. So please go to, you can get the book on Amazon.com. You can also get it on Kindle version. You can get the hard copy. I like to show it again because the book is so colorful and fun,
Yes,
and
it
I think
is.
you will enjoy reading it as well. So Amazon.com. You can also go to my website. I have a consulting business where I do training and coaching with individuals who want to transform, and it's thechoicescompany.com. Thechoicescompany.com. You can also go there as well. And please, if you don't, want to buy the book, can't buy the book or whatever, and you still want to learn and to grow, follow me on Instagram at
Mm.
We Are I Choice. At We Are I Choice. I produce, I call them, 60-second or less micro learning videos that I share for free that talk about some of the concepts in my book and just, life lessons and little mini coaching sessions. That's for free. It doesn't cost you anything other than just to follow me on Instagram at We Are I Choice. So those are a couple of places.
Wow, amazing. So thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this wonderful, wonderful author, Lori Gentles, for her book, Oh Slap, My Choices Determine My Destiny. Definitely go out and pick it up and support her and everything she got going on. And definitely follow her on all social media platforms that she just let you guys know. I cannot thank you enough for doing this and being here. So excited. We're going to be following you. I'm going to connect with you and I'm going to see my handles. We can follow each other and just
Right.
good luck with everything and keep doing what you're doing. Wonderful. I'm excited. I'm gonna check it out. I'm
Thank you.
definitely go. Yeah, I'm ready for transformation. It's
Yes,
time.
it's
And
time.
it's time. So and a lot of people, although they experienced it through the pandemic, it's time, like you said, to apply some apparatus and real practical tools and effectiveness into manifesting it to happen and being a reality. And so this definitely makes sense of all that and putting it in proper perspective. So I'm excited about what you have done. I can't wait to read it. Thank you so much for being here. We'll
Thank
definitely
you.
connect with you. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Right.
Bless you.
So there you go. Author Lori Gentles was just on King Simon Entertainment Media Group. We thank you guys so much for supporting us. And if you have not subscribed, please take this time now to subscribe to us, man. We really appreciate you guys' subscription and your feedback. Hit the notification, let you know when we go live. I see a lot of people on Instagram. A lot of people know that we go live. Please let us know. And connect with us on KingSimonEntertainment.tv. Send us an email. Connect with us. You want to partner with us as far as sponsorship. Just continue to do what you do and comment and subscribe. And I really, really appreciate you. Hey, my friend, I see you, love Bug. And thank you guys so much for following us. If you have not followed us, we are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. We are on Facebook. We are on Twitch as well as LinkedIn. Follow us on social media, and we'll follow you guys back and make comments and stuff. And follow us. We know we're growing. We're doing wonderful things here. We really appreciate you guys. And if you want to support us directly, that is our Cash App up here. You can support us directly. We definitely appreciate you guys for all your support. And until next time, we have enjoyed you with Arthur Laurie Gentles. OSLAP, my choices determine my destiny. Until next time, another great video. Thank you guys so much. And see until then, subscribe and follow us.